Good evening.
I would like to welcome you to the Federated Church of Norfolk. If you want, I can run downstairs and get my sermon from Sunday. And it's great to have all of you join us today. It's great to have a bunch of musicians and music fans here. We're music lovers here at this church, and so it's great to have the walking tour join us today. And just a couple of logistic things. If you've never been here before, we do have restrooms. It's an old building, but we have restrooms they're downstairs. So if you have the need, you go out the door down to the left and behind the quilt is where the restrooms are. If I have the windows open to get some fresh air in here, if the road noise gets too much for you, please feel free to pull them shut. But I think the air feels a little refreshing. So again, welcome, and I'll without further ado, let's have some music.
Thank you so much for coming. Do you know why you're here? Do you know why you're all here tonight?
Yeah, good idea.
Because it's a great idea. Yeah, you. This kid up front. You. That's why you're here. No, not just me. A whole bunch of people. This is the 10th annual Massachusetts Walking Tour, the 10th time a group of musicians have walked across the state of Massachusetts, organizing free community concerts in support of the towns that we visit. After this year, we will have visited 103 towns across Massachusetts and performed 121 concerts. How many towns are there? 351, which if you do the math, we're going to be about 60 or 70 years old when we're done. I'm going to invite up here all the musicians from this year's Massachusetts Walking Tour, so would you please come up here now? Where are they? We're also introducing, we pick a different route every year. Every year we walk a different area of Massachusetts, and this year we're walking a section and additional sections, but a major section that's referred to as the 10-mile river watershed. And this woman here has written a series of books. I'll let her talk about it, but please welcome Marjorie Turner.
It's so exciting to see you all here. I've been working with Mark and Rayanne for actually since we finished the last 2017 tour. We've been strategizing and planning, and it's so exciting that it's actually here. I do this thing called Easy Walks in Massachusetts, and I get books, and they're actually out there if you'd like to take any home. And we're using these books to plan the whole tour, where the towns were, and every day of the tour there are easy walks that are available for you all to come and walk, and other people to be part of the walking tour, not just a spectator, but get to actually be a participant. And all those walks that they offer are in my books. And there's even more. Not everyone wants to do a whole walking tour. Not all of us can do a whole walking tour, but we can do easy walks. And so welcome you to participate however you're able, and we're going to get started. So, ready? Okay. As we gather round to take our places at the table, a moment to remember and reflect upon our wealth. Here's to love the friends and family, here's to being able to gather here together in good company and health. And may the light of love be shining deep within your spirit. May the torch of mercy clear the path and show the way. May the horn of plenty sound so everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you every day. And may we be released from all those feelings that would harm us. May we have the strength to give them up and get them gone. For heavy are the satchels full of anger and false promise. May we have the wit to set them down. And may the light of love be be shining deep within your spirit. May the torch of mercy clear the path and show the way. May the horn of plenty sound so everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you every day. And may we wish the best for everyone that we encounter. May we swallow pride and may we do away with fear. For it's only what we do not know that we have grown afraid of, and only what we do not choose to hear. And may the light of love be shining deep within your spirit. May the torch of mercy clear the path and show the way. May the horn of plenty sound so everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you every day. And as we bless our daily bread and take our day's libation, may we be reminded of the lost and wayward souls, the hungry and the homeless that we have in every nation. May we fill each empty cup and bowl. May nothing ever come between or threaten to divide us. May we never take for granted all the gifts that we receive. Be never mindful of the unseen hand that guides us and the miracles that cause us to believe. And may the light of love be shining deep within your spirit. May the torch of mercy clear the path and show the way. May the horn of plenty sound so everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you every day. And may the light of love be shining deep within your spirit. May the torch of mercy clear the path and show the way. May the horn of plenty sound so everyone can hear it. May the light of love be with you every day.
So each year since 2010, a group of us musicians have been walking. Yes, we actually walk. Somebody asked that every year, at least once. We actually walk with about 50 pounds of stuff, including our instruments, from town to town having these concerts. And since probably about 2011, 2012, we started incorporating recreational properties and inviting people to join us for some of our walks. So because of the walks that we've utilized in Marjorie's books, each day we have a meetup group that meets to explore a different recreational property like Stony Brook, Audubon, which we explored today with a small group of friends. We didn't have very many yesterday because we got wet yesterday. We still have to walk if it rains, and we got really wet yesterday. But nobody else joined us, except maybe somebody did, but we're sorry we weren't there. We thought no one would be there. See, there's some really great people just like ourselves in the world. But one concert out of every tour for a long time, we've had a very special guest to take over the emceeing and responsibilities for our concerts, so we're lucky enough. I'm going to introduce my good friend and supporter of the Massachusetts Walking Tour, Nick Noble, host of WICN's Thursday Night Folk Revival Radio Program.
Thank you, Mark. That was nice. I appreciate that. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's great. We've had an person introduce a person to introduce a person to introduce a person. I think we need to have a little more music as the day goes on. I will say it was my privilege today to hike roughly 4 miles of their 10-mile day today with them, and I've tried to do that all but one of the past 6 years, I think. Have I been able to do a chunk of time, a couple of them even more than that. And it's always a pleasure and honor to be part of the Massachusetts Walking Tour adventure. A lot of great music tonight, folks, and we're going to kick it off with a gentleman from Northbridge, Massachusetts, a wonderful guitarist. I'd like to introduce Eli Go.
I'm going to do a medley of 3 songs arranged by a guy named Leo Coffey. This was back in 1977. You might recognize a few of them. One of them is some of those more popular ones. It's a medley of San Antonio Rose, America the Beautiful, and Fascination. Thank you very much. There's a lot to this thing. It's got a lot of strings on it. Next we're going to do another instrumental, another old one. John Fahey is most famous for doing this. I think it goes back even further than him though. It was the first instrumental hit here in the U.S. or so I've been told. It's called The Last Steam Engine Train. This is patience.
I'd like to take a minute to thank the Federated Church for hosting this wonderful event. Thanks to folks who are helping out. Donna up there, who's much less afraid of heights than I am. Thank you. And Joe, thank you very much for helping me out. And all you folks for coming tonight. The Massachusetts Walking Tour is such an adventure. And I can't recommend it highly enough and say what it does and how that works. Oh, and my favorite new fan, Don. Hi, honey. How are you? Good to see you. But our next artists are indeed a group of artists playing an instrument that is often maligned, but it's one of my favorites. And several members of this elite group also come from the beautiful town of Norfolk. And I think they're very likely because they carry their instrument around with them. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome the Unlikely Strummers.
So the first song that we're going to do, we thought was kind of appropriate for Juneteenth today, is People Get Ready. We don't know this one? Please sing with us. It'll be a lot more fun if we all sing. And we're featuring our electric ukulele god. Here's that.
and it's the wave. So again, please sing with us. Soloists, you're going to have to get your big people voices out here. And
And around
down their stuff, I must compliment the bass player. What a wonderful job. I'm the second worst bass player in the history of the world, and I'd love to hear a really well-played bass, and bass you especially, so thank you very much, sir. Careful. There you go. Balance is key. All right, the next act on our schedule is Wolfpen. I have really sad news for you. Wolfpen really doesn't exist. Wolfpen is a faux band. Wolfpen is basically anybody who sings with me. And over the years, there are several members of Wolfpen already in the crowd, but there will be more. And Wolfpen's, I love what the Unlikely Strummers did because it got some of you singing, because my purpose in life is to make all of you members of Wolfpen. And so we're going to start with a song, an old song of the Spirit. I am a follower, if you will, of the Pete Seeger concept of singing, which means the audience has a responsibility and they must sing along. It does not matter how you sound. It just, as Paul will tell you, anybody here will tell you, Scott, everybody, that in the book says make a joyful noise. It says nothing about being in tune. So I expect all of you to participate. Now, who can tell me, I had this conversation with someone earlier, so you cannot raise your hand. Who can tell me what the most common name in music is? More songs than any other, every genre utilize this first name. What is it? Anybody know? No, Peter's about 17th on the list. Mary. Mary. There are more songs about Mary than any other name.
Yes.
And even if you take out the entire catalog of religious music, there are still more songs about Mary than every other name. You can argue there are more songs about Jesus, but you take out the religious music catalog and basically you're stuck with one toke over the line. So, this was one of Pete Seeger's favorite songs to lead the crowd in singing, and I expect all of you to pitch in. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Let's try it again. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. I wonder what Satan's yelling about. Way down below and it can't get out, 'cause Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. You got that? Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. God sent Noah a rainbow sign, promised a fire, not a flood next time after Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Well, let me hear it. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. One of these days, about 12 o'clock, this whole world's gonna reel and rock, 'cause Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. If I could, I surely would stand on the rock where Moses stood and watch as Pharaoh's army got drowned. of Wolfman. Some of you already are, I know. Because we have one more song, and Vito, can you help me with this? Mark? Now, this song is the exemplar of what they call the folk process. This song began its life as an old German folk tune back in the 17th and early 18th centuries. 100 years later, the German composer Robert Schumann turned it into a little two-handed piano piece called The Happy Farmer. Anybody here, piano player, ever play The Happy Farmer? It's pretty basic for training on a piano when you're learning how to play two-handed. Then, in the turn of the century in the American Music Hall, it became a song called Red Wing. Oh, the moon shines bright on pretty Red Wing. Sort of a comical music hall song. In 1939, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer Pictures turned it into the theme song for Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz as she skipped down a Kansas road. Dum 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 dum. And in 1940, the following year, Pete Seeger and Woody Guthrie were attending a union rally. Yes, this is a radical leftist labor union. Attending a union rally in Texas, oil workers, and one of the wives of the president of the union, the wife of the president of the union approached Woody Guthrie and said, Mr. Guthrie, why don't you ever write songs about women in the labor movement? After all, we're here too. And that night he sat down at a typewriter and pounded out 2 verses of a brand new song set to the tune of Red Wing or The Happy Farmer or Dorothy's Theme, however you want to identify it. When he got back to New York, his Almanac Singer's partner, Millard Lampell, said, it's too short for recording, you need one more verse. And so Millard Lampell wrote a verse that is kind of condescending and patronizing, even sexist, but we'll sing it anyway. And then Pete Seeger and others brought in a couple of other verses that will redeem the song. I will say that I was asked to sing this radical leftist labor anthem at a wedding. And I said to the groom, but it's a wedding. He said, no, it's at our reception, and my wife's a member of the nurses union, this will be perfect. So I show up at, wait for it, I show up at the Harvard Club in Boston. And I sing this song, get the crowd going, and 2 weeks later the Harvard dining workers went on strike. So I take complete responsibility. Could I have and you guys should get the chorus, some of you know it, and you better sing on. Could I have a C chord and a G note, please, which is different, by the way, from a G string and a C note. There, we got it. There once was a union maid who never was afraid of the goons and the geeks and the company thieves and the deputy sheriffs who made the raid. She went to the union hall when a meeting it was called, and when the company boys came round, she always stood her ground. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. Of course, this union maid was wise to the tricks of the company spies. She'd never be fooled by company stool. She'd always organize the guys. She'd always get her way. When struck for higher pay, she'd show her card to the National Guard, and this is what she'd say. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. You gals who want to be free, just take a tip from me. Get yourself a union man and join the ladies' auxiliary. Married life ain't hard if you got a union card. A union man lives a happy life, he's got a union wife. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. You gals don't want to be free, take one more tip from me. Break out of that mold that you've been sold. You've got a fighting history, the fight for women's rights. With labor must unite. That's right. So roll boats like Mother Jones to the front of every fight. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. These modern union maids are also jobs behind, cause they're not just the ladies, they fight for equal pay, and soon will have their way. They're workers too, like me, like you, and so together say, oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union, I'm sticking to the union, I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union, I'm sticking to the union, till the day I one last time. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union, I'm sticking to the union, I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union, I'm sticking to the union, till the day I die. And now here comes the point where I actually introduce the stars of the show. I've known these folks for quite a while, and I'm so proud to count them among my friends and among the musicians who make quite a difference in what goes on. You're leaving the stage. I'm about to introduce you. You're leaving the stage. Oh, did you play that? Anyway, I'd like to right now introduce to you Mark Mandeville, Rhiann Richards, Amy Alvey, Mark Kiliansky, Vito Cacavelli, the Massachusetts Walking Tour.
Give a big round of applause for wonderful Nick. It's going to be a very interesting concert because I don't think Nick's moving. I think he's going to stay seated up there the entire time, which means we have like a, what do they call that thing? Where you're going to chime in every once in a while with funny things.
I'm Kibitzer. Mark, where did you leave your guitar? Norfolk, Virginia? What?
Oh, the peanut gallery.
He started. He's already started.
Oh yeah, you don't have a trail name yet. You just call your peanut gallery from now on.
That's my trail name.
How's that?
I like that.
Mandy, Mama Duck, Mr. Wonderful, Spanky. What are you?
Just call him Peanut. Crusher. Awfully cute.
Mr. What kind of sense type?
That's Taylor.
To you.
Mr. What peanut gallery?
I want to apologize if anybody's having trouble hearing the artist tonight. It's because we don't carry a sound system, and I'm not apologizing for doing that.
Amen.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, everybody. You came on a good day. This was a very easy day walking wise. And we didn't get wet, so we're nice and fresh.
I don't know though, you guys are downwind of us. Are we still fresh?
They have showers here. Pretty nice.
Wow. Thank you guys all for coming. We put together a whole new program for this year. We put it together this past Saturday and Sunday. We have a whole bunch of new songs that we didn't play previous years. So we're going to start with this first one. It's a song that Vito picked, and I'm going to let him tell you all about it.
So this one I picked, it's from when Johnny Cash performed at San Quentin, and it's actually a poem that a prisoner wrote and gave it to Johnny Cash. He liked it so much that he turned it into a song pretty much on the spot. So here it is. I don't know where that. I don't know where I'm bound. I don't know where I'm bound. Whistles calling me away, leaving at the break of day. And I don't know where I'm bound. Can't Against landlocks and bars and doors, mean cops, insanity and war. Gotta find a place of peace. Till then my traveling won't cease. But I don't know where I'm bound. There's gotta be a place for me, under some green growing tree. Clear blue water running by, an unfettered view of the sky. But I don't know where I'm bound. When I die, don't bury me. It's free, I gotta be. Burn my body with a grin. Throw my ashes to the wind. 'Cause I don't know where I'm bound. Got myself a little gown and a darn right valve. That old highway's calling me. Free, I gotta be. But I don't know where I'm bound.
How many of you live here in Norfolk? Am I saying it right? Pretty close. All right. How many of those of you who live here have been to Stony Brook? How many of you who live here have not?
Ooh.
It's not that bad. Did you guys know you can go over there and hike for free? You don't have to pay a fee if you're a Norfolk resident or if you're an Audubon member. But the director there wanted me to express to you because he feels like everywhere he goes, he has to tell people that if you live here, you can go there for free. You should, because it's really, really cool.
Beautiful.
It's very beautiful. We were out on the boardwalk today, the big wood and metal part, and there was a snapper about this big, right there. And I said, "Come here and let me see your beautiful face." And he came and he put his little snout right out of the water. He gave a few sniffs, and then he went back down. There's also some nesting kingbirds, and you can see their nests with little babies in it. And I'm sure, at all times of year, there's just beautiful wildlife over there. We're just passing through for the day, but you live here. You should go over there and enjoy it as often as you possibly can, because it's just a beautiful place. So far, we felt really welcome here. Our hike into town, today we came in down 115 and we were getting waved at and honked at. And then we passed by the church here, which the church was, of course, welcoming. And then over here, heading to the Audubon Sanctuary, there's a woman out on her front lawn filming us as we went by. She said, "I'll see you later." It's very nice. We also got to experience your local pizza place, which was just a lot of screaming, really. I don't know if you've ever gone in there and tried to order food, but everybody just screams. Your stuff comes out right. It's very good. It's delicious. It's really good. Man, everyone's just screaming. I think it might be a family. They're all yelling at each other. If you haven't gone, you should. We're just here to advertise stuff in your own downtown.
I won't go all at once though.
We rolled in, it was like 12 of us at once.
I think we overwhelmed them. This is a song that I've loved for a long, long time. My favorite version, which is sort of what we're drawing on here, is by Nico Case, but I'm sure you'll recognize it if you know the words. If you don't, and you want to sing, please do. This is Wayfaring Stranger.
I am a fool, wayfaring stranger, a traveling through this world beyond. just a going over home.
Still figuring out our choreography here. This is only our third show, and even though this is the 10th annual Massachusetts Walking Tour, this is mine and Mark over here. This is our 7th time joining Mark and Ryan, and but we only really get together for these 2 weeks out of the year. We have about a day and a half to rehearse all the material. Rehearse like the Dickens, as Mark said. Here we are.
This next song is one that we picked for Vito to sing. Vito has been with us, this is his 3rd year of walking.
Believe it or not, this is what he asked for a graduation present from high school 3 years ago. He said, I just want to go on tour with you guys. He said, okay, if you can graduate high school on time, decent grades, you can come on tour with us. And he did. We said, okay, lace up your boots, you're coming on the walking tour. Not exactly the tour he had in mind. Are you still here?
Alright, this next one is an Eric Anderson song. It's called Thirsty Boots. And it's actually a song that was written during the Civil Rights Movement. So, here it is. Thirsty Boots.
Long been on the open road, you've been sleeping in the rain. From dirty words and muddy muddy cells. Your clothes are soiled and stained, but the dirty words in muddy cells will soon be in shame. So only stop to rest yourself, and off you'll go again. So take off your thirsty boots and stay for a while. Your feet are hot and weary from a dusty mile. And maybe I can make you laugh, and maybe I can try. I'm looking for the evening morning in your eyes. So tell me of the ones you saw as far as you could see. Across the plain from field to town, marching to be free. Of the rusted prison gates that tumble by degree, like laughing children one by one, they look like you and me. So take off your thirsty boots and stay for a while. Your feet are hot and weary from a dusty mile. Maybe I can make you laugh, maybe I can try. I'm looking for the evening and the morning in your So take off your thirsty boots and stay for a while. Your feet are hot and weary from a dusty mile. Maybe I can make you laugh, maybe I can try. I'm looking for the evening morning in your
Next, isn't Vito great? He's doing a great job.
He's wonderful.
He's Mr. Wonderful. We're getting Vito to say a little bit more about that song every night. I think it was written in reference to the people who marched in Selma, Alabama to end segregation back in the day, so to speak. A word of encouragement for those who were thrown in jail for speaking their minds and putting their bodies on the line. Yeah, but we'll continue with something a little more lighthearted. The plight of the hobo train hoppers in the 1920s and 30s. And it wasn't really that much fun for them, but there's a lot of good train songs, a lot of good hobo songs. This one's by Charlie Poole. Amy and I lived in Boston for 8 years. And that's how we got involved with the walking tour when we were in Boston. But a couple years ago, we moved to Asheville, North Carolina, because we really love old-time Southern Appalachian string band music. And this is a song from North Carolina by a guy named Charlie Poole. He was one of the first country musicians to have a hit on the radio. And it's called the Milwaukee Blues. It's about a guy named Bill Jones who's having a hard time. It kind of ends tragically, but it's somehow still uplifting. uplifting and fun. That's folk music for you.
Yeah, and it was actually Nick Noble, our gracious MC. If it weren't for Nick Noble, Mark and I would been doing the walk for the past several years because he had both Mark and Ryan and a duo that the other Mark was in at the time called the Whiskey Boys. They all played on Nick's folk show, the Folk Revival. And Mark and Ryan talked about the walk.
My fault.
It's his fault.
It's Nick's fault over here.
Thanks, Nick.
Couldn't be happier about it. Today's one of those days. We carry these instruments every day, and yesterday they got a little bit damp, and today they got a little bit high, and they don't always behave, especially the banjo.
I guess we should be happy we're not a 13-member ukulele orchestra.
Yeah, you guys would be like a walking march. Folk army. Nick Noble says the folk army.
Indeed. As good as it's gonna get. This is called the Milwaukee Blues. 1, 2. One Tuesday morning and it looked like rain. Around the cook and the passenger train. Down on the block was old Jones. He's rolling home and he's trying to get home. Trying to get home. Trying to get home. He's trying to get home. Trying to get home. He's a good old boy. He's trying to get home. All the way down Georgia on the tram. Rough, get buddy and the leaves are getting down. Trying to get the train for the leave this town. And the old loud bobos hanging around. Hanging around. Hanging around. Hanging around. Hanging around. Oh, the old loud bobos hanging around. Let's hear a little bit of that pedal.
It's like a delicate dance.
I wouldn't call us delicate. We didn't make them delicate. Well, it's been sort of a sort of tradition in the past few years. There's at least one girl duet. It's always a pleasure to sing with Ryan. And we're going to do a song that I brought to the table this year. It's written by a man named Paul Birch. He's still very much alive. He lives in Nashville, Tennessee. He still regularly performs and records. But I heard this song, a couple of my friends have covered it, and I just thought it was a really beautiful song. And one of the themes that Mark Mandeville proposed to us, in addition to 10 years and walking, is perseverance. And this song is called "The Last of My Kind." And I wasn't quite sure what it was about. I mean, a lot of things kind of came to mind. It's a very melancholy song, but as it turns out, it's actually about. It was based off of a New York Times best-selling book released in 2000. It's called Jim the Boy. Has anybody ever read it? Heard of it? I hadn't had it before. I was looking at it, so I can't wait to read the book. It's set in the Depression era, Aliceville, North Carolina, which is this tiny, tiny town in North Carolina. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. What else can I say about it? Always more.
We've got CDs in the back. If you want to help fund the walking tour, that's one of the best ways to get bits of music for your donation. Can't beat that. We've got a bunch of great songs that we did last year. Same crew, different songs.
Yeah, every year there's a CD that's released from a concert from the previous year. So last year was really interesting because even though it's usually the Massachusetts walking tour, last year it was the walking and paddling tour. It was the first and only time we ever paddled in canoes along the Connecticut River. It was really fun.
I mean, basically, people just keep approaching us and saying, I have a trail, will you hike it? We always say yes. But this time it was, I have a trail, will you paddle it? We said, what? It's a great concept, though. I hope that they're able to reach their goal. Currently, it's the Connecticut River Paddlers Trail, which runs from the headwaters up in the Canadian border all the way down the river. And their goal is to have free campsites that you can access by boat every 5 miles. So you can paddle the river and camp your way all the way down. And they've been pretty successful. From the border, basically down to around the Holyoke area, which is where we actually pulled our boats out, and then we walked the rest of the way down the Long Meadow to the border. And then they have a whole bunch of campsites in the southern end in Connecticut. There's a big gap. So we were out there trying to raise awareness, trying to help them bridge that gap and create this really amazing resource. But what a crazy way to travel. It was actually felt a little lazy because we didn't have to carry the backpacks. Like I guess we did. They were in the boat. We were paddling up, but it was like, oh, I don't have 40 pounds weighing me down. I can just do this and look around.
Mother Nature is doing a lot of work for us.
Yeah, and the water was weird. It was pretty calm mostly, There wasn't really ever a point where we felt like shaky or unsafe, and a lot of times it was shallow enough that if we did get super hot, we could just like dock up and jump into the water. It was really fun.
So last year we of course did a bunch of river and boat songs. So if you like those, you really should get the CD. Get on our newsletter. We email once a month to let you know basically what Mark and I are doing all year and what's going on with the walking tour, where we're going next, what our plans are.
Can you play?
Almost close enough for Neil.
That's not close enough for us.
Never takes as long as a banjo. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
appreciate you guys coming, and I hope you understand what it means to make the community get together and just enjoy each other's company. I hope you find that important. Sometimes that bursts people into applause. Other times people just sit there. This whole thing's being filmed, by the way. So you're not on the spot or anything.
We get to do something really cool. We get to mix a whole bunch of different communities together. We get to mix together the community of wherever we're playing. We get to mix together the community of people who like to hike. We get to mix together the community of local musicians we find and other friends and favorites that we've known for years. And just throw you all into a big old pot and hope that it comes out good. Usually it does.
This is a song that I wrote and we included in this year's set. The song is really just about reflecting on things being just fine the way they are and us being foolhardy thinking we can fix things. We usually mess things up by meddling too much. It's just a thought. It's called Winds of Change. Yeah, it is. It's a pretty long thought. Let's not think about it too much. See that stand of pine trees there lying beside the road. There's no telling just how wide they will grow. It's amazing what becomes of something man will leave alone, and such patience to allow something so slow. And some will saddle up mystery and be messing with the reins, cutting in a trail nature never would have blazed. Well, the waters sure are rising and the sun ain't got no shade. I'll be damned if we remember better days. And oh, the winds of change, oh, the shifting sands, or the sting of a wheel that goes round without your hands. I have opened my heart and I've spent food is on the table, and people in the square fighting for a country as divided and unfair as history had heroes to define what it was to defend greatest virtues instead of empty causes. Let your horses run wild, let your garden see. Do you have any clear idea what it is to believe when all your days are looking down at a projection of what's real? A fog so thick the truth becomes concealed. And oh, the winds of change, oh, the shifting sands, oh, the spin of the wheel that goes round without your hands. I have opened my heart and I've spent all these years, and I've done the best that I could while I was here. I've done the best I could while I was here.
That's good. Mark played a chord that he never played before in that last one.
It was the key of the song that seemed to fit.
I'd like to keep everybody on their toes.
It's the fun thing about doing, I mean, there's a lot of fun things about doing a walking tour, but getting together and working on stuff. This is a once-a-year band. We play for 2 weeks out of the year, and the rest of the year, you know, it's a rare occurrence for us all to play together in one place at the same time. But it's always a good time, and even though we play the same songs every night, they're always just a little bit different. Keeps things interesting. So there are people that follow us around and see us almost every night. It's kind of like, you know, people go around and they'll go follow like Fish. Or people used to follow around the Grateful Dead, and they're like, oh, that night was great, man. That night I got this tape from July 12th. I got this tape from the walking tour on June 15th. 2019, that was a killer night.
We're exactly what Mark is trying to say. Is we're exactly like the Grateful Dead. We have 8 volumes now of live recordings that date back to our first performance that was recorded, which was in Somerville in 2010. Rayanne and I and another completely different group of people walked from Beckett, Massachusetts in Western Mass all the way to Somerville over the course of 16 or 17 days, 161 miles.
And they'll never do that again.
That's right.
It was really hard.
Peanut Gallery.
Mr. Peanut Gallery.
It's been a long time. But that's one way you could help support the Massachusetts Walking Tour. We each year apply for grants through the local cultural council program. This year we applied for 10 of them. We received 9 of them, and one was from the Norfolk Cultural Council. Nevertheless, we eat a lot of pizza every day. There's a boot in the lobby, and if you wish, it's only 3 days old, that boot. Don't get too close to it, but if you'd like to put some donations in there, you can. We'd much rather you purchase our CD that we put out only 100 copies of each year. Other than that, it's regale it to the digital media world where you can only download it. And
You can hear it on the air.
or you can hear it on Nick's show because he plays it a lot. We only got a few more songs for you guys. This is a country song. Hank Williams.
Settle down, let me do just fine till
hear no freight coming down the line in a hurry straight home and back. If I didn't go, we could blow my sack. I love you, baby. You gotta understand. When the Lord made me, He made a rambling man. Some folks might say that I'm no good, that I wouldn't settle down if I could. When that old in the road starts calling me, there's something over the hill that I just gotta see. Sometimes it's hard, but you gotta understand. When the Lord made me, He made a rambling.
I love to see the time to passing by and to ride these rails in God's blue sky. Let me travel whistling from the mountains to the sea, 'cause that's the life I believe. And when I'm gone, at my grave you stand to say God's called home. You're a rambling man.
That's fun. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have cards on the table that will tell you where else we're going to be. We're going to be traveling and done on June 29th. We're headed all the way to Swansea, Massachusetts, so we're going to be walking all the way until June 29th. We have a full list of dates if you'd like to see us again. Also, please give a round of applause for the church here. Scott's been standing in the back there. Very accommodating. We play a multitude of venues. Sometimes we play libraries, sometimes we play town commons, sometimes we play national parks or public places, and oftentimes we play churches. One of the first times we played a church was in Irving, Massachusetts, and I remember the pastor there particularly well because he had introduced us to his congregation by referring to us as a bunch of hippies.
He was on the band too.
Lovingly. It was a very sort of, that was where we meet all sorts of interesting characters when we're on the road. We've made a lot of really good friends. Like I said, we're like the dead basically, so every summer all these crazy one people come. And
You know that thing about positive thought? If you think it, believe that it's true, then it will become true.
Manifest Arena concerts.
At that particular church where the pastor called us hippies, we met this wonderful individual who followed us around that entire summer. We called him Spaghetti Dave. Spaghetti Dave used to like drive up at our concerts in this crazy little motorcycle thing. Like I don't know, it was a little motorcycle. And he's notable because he wore like, I don't know, like aviator sunglasses type things, and he always sat in the back, even if we were playing at a church, and he'd have a cooler, and you'd always hear him. He'd be drinking hard cider in the back of the church, or wherever it was we played. But he really thought highly of us.
Apparently she had a hot tub with Carole King. That was like one of his favorite stories he told us. I was in a hot tub with Carole King once.
You brought a beer to that church. Did you already say that?
Cider. Cider.
He was a character.
We don't know what happened to him. But
Never saw him again.
before he drove, he sped away on his little motorcycle, and he had said something. He just said like,
Remember the high side. That's what he said.
he said that. He just wanted us to do our best. He wanted us to do better. I have a quote from him that I can't remember. It's on the oldest cell phone that I own. You know how that goes. I'll look it up someday. We're going to sing an old Gene Autry made it popular, I guess, at one point. It's an old country song called Twilight on the Trail. have so many new songs to veto here.
You gotta get Nick Noble back on too.
We'd like to invite Nick Noble back up here to sing this last song with us. So, get up for Nick. This is an old folk classic. Should we tell you what we're singing yet?
Written by Richard Franion.
Yeah, we know.
I know the song.
He knows all the
Performed by Richard and Joan's sister. They're both on there.
This one's called Pack Up Your Sorrows, and if you know the lyrics, or if you don't know the lyrics, if the Spirit moves you, feel free to sing along. We won't make you.
They're not like me.
We're not like that. Y'all ready? One, two, three.
No use in crying, talking to a stranger, naming the sorrows you've seen. Too many bad times, too many sad times, and nobody knows what you mean. But if somehow you can pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you would lose them, I'd rather use them, give them all to me.
No use rambling, walking in the shadows. There's no wonder in the stars. No one beside you, no one behind you, and nobody knows what you are.
But if somehow you could pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you would lose them, I'd rather use them, give them all to me. No use holding, going by the roadside, seeking to satisfy mine. No one beside you, no one behind you, and nobody's walking behind. But if somehow you do pack up your sorrows and give them all to me, you will lose them, I'd rather use them, give them all to me. But if somehow you can pack up your sorrows, give them all to me, you will lose them, I'd rather use them, give them all to me.
Turn off the lights, you're waving.
Means a lot.
It does.
Thanks a lot. If you see one of the, I don't know, there's like 25, 30 ukulele players out here earlier, if you see any one of them on your way out, please let them know you appreciated their performance.
Oh, I really, really did. There were a lot of ukuleles.
All different kinds. All different kinds. Also, Eli Go's still here, and he He's going to be performing at another Mass Walking Tour concert. So are the Unlikely Strummers. So if you go to our website, masswalkingtour.org, you can find out where you can see them guys again. But we'll be in a different location. I know tomorrow we're headed to Foxborough and we're going to be at the Boyden Library. Totally different.
Got a little space for Margaret over here for this encore. Thank you so much. We appreciate y'all being here. Couldn't do it without you. I mean, we could, but it would be as much fun. Just walking for our own benefit. This has been our favorite over the last few years. It's from the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band's album, When the Circle Being Broken. This is called My Walking Shoes Don't Fit Me Anymore. As you can see.